y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a mishmash of a few different things. It'll be a bit of an update where I've been. It'll be kind of a get ready with me creating this glowy dewy situation, and it'll be just me putting some makeup on my face and talking to y'all. So if you are interested in seeing all of that goodness, then just keep on watching. I'm just going to kind of put some makeup on because I feel like it, and we'll chat a bit, update you. So it's not really, it's more like a get ready with me. I will try to at least remember to tell you what products I'm using, but if I don't, definitely check the down bar below because I'll list all the products. I might link them, I might not, but at the very least, I will list everything that I put on my face down below for you to check out. So I used the Belif True Cream Moisturizing Balm for my moisturizer. And in it, I mixed in the Odacite Pure Elements CaR Wild Carrot Serum Concentrate for a vital glow. And this is just, like I said, a serum concentrate. I put a couple of drops into my moisturizer. It has vitamin C in it and just really brightens the skin. I really, really like it. So that is that. And then lastly, I used the Belif Moisturizing Eye Balm. It's one of my favorite eye creams. So that was kind of my prep to the situation. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my skin using the Smashbox photofinish primerizer. I'm really into a super glowy, dewy situation, so we can see how much glow and dew we can achieve today. So I haven't filmed in forever, and I figured while I was putting some makeup on, I would update you. So it's been an interesting few months. Let's see, where can we start? So my initial surgery was, or like reconstruction portion of my surgery, included a tissue expander to get ready for an implant. So we exchanged the expander for the implant in the end of June, and then a week later it had to come out. So that's up. So the plan had always been to go back and try a different method. That method was going to be to take tissue from my stomach, and we're going to use a Tatcha primer as well. Tissue from my stomach to kind of reconstruct my boob, my breast. Should stop calling it my boob. Let's see. And my posture is horrible for several reasons, but we'll get into that later. So anyway, that was the plan. We just had to take some time to let things heal before we did that. So I went to Hawaii with my girlfriends, and I filmed a vlog, and I've edited 90% of it, but I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I just can't decide. So if you guys really want to see it, I'll post it, but you have to let me know. Like, if no one cares to see it, then I'm not gonna worry about it. So anyway, it's not the greatest vlog. I'm not a great vlogger. So anyway, went to Hawaii. That was October. We had a really, really good time. And then we came back, and the plan was December, we would go back and, you know, do this other surgery. So December 10, we went in. We are gonna go with the Hollywood Flawless Filter. Ooh, love this stuff. So December 10, we went in, we did the procedure. Turns out from having radiation, it would appear that my vessels and tissues and stuff in my breast area were really, really just damaged, which can happen. It wasn't a terrible surprise. It was a bummer, but it wasn't a surprise. But, you know, whatever. I don't have cancer, so it's fine. But either way, it made the procedure take a little bit longer. I was always scheduled to be in the ICU for a day to evaluate how things are going. And, oh, I think I want more of that. And we got out of surgery later that night. I started some pretty substantial bleeding, so we went back to the OR, and then we got out. Things were going okay. Tuesday, things didn't look so great, so we went back to the OR. Wednesday, things didn't look so great, so we went back to the OR, and eventually made the decision on Wednesday to take down the tissue flap, is what it's essentially called. So essentially that means it didn't work, which was a bummer, because by then I'd now been in the ICU a few days. I ended up staying a few more days, and you know, this was a lot of work that we tried, which I do appreciate. I am a type of person who, I like to know that I did everything that I could, and this was definitely one of those instances when we did everything that we could. So either way, finally got out of ICU, finally went home. See how glowy that looks? I mean, honestly, I kind of want a little bit more. I love this. So anyway, finally got out of ICU, finally went home, had to do dressing changes twice a day to the wound. And so the plan at that point became, we're gonna do a muscle and skin flap from my back. So we're gonna take tissue or skin and muscle from my back, put it over my breast, close the wound, move on from there. And that's what we did. So the week of December 10, I was in the hospital the whole week going through all those procedures, and then we went back to the OR New Year's Eve in order to do the skin and muscle flap. So that's what I've been up to. I've been recovering from all of that crazy. You know, watching some YouTube videos, resting. I've been off work for since December 7. So it's almost time for me to go back. I was always scheduled to be off for 8 weeks, which is where we are now. We're approaching that moment, so it's time for me to go back to work, which I'm fine with. It's just been a challenging few weeks, but now we're recovering and we're healing, and that's why I haven't, well, you know, that's one of the reasons I haven't been on YouTube, but probably the largest one. I just, you know, it's been a lot going on. So, you know, a sister needed to just sit down and relax. But now I'm like, I miss y'all. What y'all doing? What's up? Oh, I did want to answer one particular question. So on my last video, which I know was forever ago, one of you guys wanted me to go a little more in depth about my hair at the time and how I achieved that look. It was honestly, it's the simplest thing. It's just 2-strand twists. So I take, you know, little individual sections. I kind of, trying to think, how do I section it off? I usually section, like, do the back first maybe, but then I do a few more twists up here because my hair is thicker up top, so I do more twists. But I literally take 2 strands and, you know, maybe inch sections and just twist with the Miss Jessie's Lemon Buttercream. I think that's the name of it. I will list it down below as well, but I use that to kind of set the twist, and then the next day, once it's dry, I just pull them apart. It's super simple. It's not that deep. I didn't think it even warranted an entire video because it literally is so simple. You can Google any sort of 2-strand twist. But if you have more questions, I'm certainly happy to answer that, but I did want to address that really quickly because I told her I would, and then I didn't film another video, and then, you know, shit went sideways, so, you know, whatever. It is what it is. So we are glowy. Look how glowy that is. I mean, this product, I don't even understand what it is, but it's amazing. I have been loving, again, a very glowy, dewy finish. And so to that end, I've been mixing a bunch of things to kind of achieve that. And I don't know who this girl is. Like, I used to hate mixing foundations, and now I'm like obsessed with mixing formulas. So one of my favorite things right now is the YSL Touché Eclat All-in-One Glow. Love this stuff. Love it, love it, love it. So I'm going to mix, and this is in the color B70, which is too dark for me. Can you tell? it's a mess. So then we're gonna mix with it the MAC Studio Waterweight SPF 30 foundation. That's this guy here. And this is too light for me. But I love the consistency of it. It's very thin. It comes in this like dropper situation. It's very thin and very light coverage. And so I'm gonna apply to that one pump of the YSL 2 drops of this. And so we are going to just start applying this all over the face. Now, usually I use a damp beauty blender to blend this out, but that leaves you with the lightest coverage. That's the other thing I don't think I mentioned. I'm really in a light coverage foundation right now. If I use a beauty blender, this is such a light coverage that for on camera, I think I want just a wee bit more. So I'm gonna use a brush. Oh, what up? So I got braids. Just now I get around to that. So my aunt does braids. If you live in the Chicago area and you're interested in having them, just like DM me on, you know, something here. Probably not here because I don't get it as much, but if you want to DM me on Instagram, then I'll give you her info. She's amazing. She's been braiding my hair. She's the only person who's ever braided my hair. And she's great. But I decided, I just felt like braids were getting really popular and I don't know why I wasn't a part of this trend. So decided to get some braids. I gotten braids for Hawaii. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you would have seen all of the pictures. Ooh, Hawaii was so much fun. We did a bunch of photo shoots. Anyway, I wanted vacation hair is what I was calling it. So I got braids. I love them. All of my braid inspo, honestly, I will say 99% of it is Beyonce. Like, I feel like, whoop, I love Beyonce. That's a whole nother video. The way I stand for her. It's fine. We don't have to get into it today. I'm loving the glow we got going on here. Okay, so we're gonna go in with concealer. So we are gonna use the new Makeup Forever Ultra HD, what is this called? Light Capturing Self-Setting Concealer. I just recently picked this up. I got this the other day and I tried it yesterday with like no makeup on and just putting a little concealer under my eyes, and I think the claims are true. I think it is self-setting. The color, I'm undecided on. I think I like it. I'm not terribly sure. But it's thin. It has good coverage. Oh no, I like this color. It looks better on top of a little foundation. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, so the other thing that really had me want to put on some makeup is I watched the Golden Globe. No, is it the Golden Globes? No, the SAG Awards. Yeah, the SAG Awards the other night. And Angela Bassett, who is so gorgeous, gets on stage and she was so glowy. I could barely stand it. Like, I could hardly take a look at her. Like, it was just too much. So I was like, how queen can I get this glow? So I was like, well, I'm gonna try a couple different techniques and see if we can kind of get some glow going. And like the glow in the center of her forehead was just like blessing my life. And so it's gonna be a glowy forehead kind of day. I'm just warning y'all. Like, I usually kind of play with a couple of these techniques, like the Charlotte Tilbury stuff. I love using that under my foundation. I've used it over my foundation. I've used it just to highlight with like really no other makeup on. is pretty spectacular. So this blends out really well. And I gotta say, it looks pretty good. I haven't had like a new concealer in so long. I've been using Nars Creamy Concealer. What's on my table? The LA Girl Pro Conceal and Maybelline Age Rewind, I think it is. Like, those are the only 3 concealers that I've used consistently. Yeah, that's really it. I mean, in like some years, like maybe like 2 years. So me trying a new concealer is big. I really like this. It looks really pretty. I'm so glad I picked a good shade, or at least what appears to me in my viewfinder to be a good shade so far. I'm not doing eye makeup, BT dubs, because it's just not in my ministry today. Now, ordinarily, every day, I would stop here. I would put on some highlight and go about my day. But because this is pretty, with all these lights in here, like, you just need to add a little bit more to your face for, you know, to account for that. But in real life, I would be fine just going with this and some highlighter and calling it a day. But today I'm putting on some blush and some bronzer. But we are going to keep it creamy. Is that gross? Is that a weird word to use? I'm going to use the Morphe M412 brush because I want to use the least amount of powder. And I'm going to use my Hourglass, what is this called? Translucent setting powder. The Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I love this powder. It's genius. It's so good. So I just want to set under here because I just don't want my mascara to transfer. And I'm wondering, will this help? We're going to see today. And I'm literally just taking what's on the cap, like it's just the tiniest amount. The Georgio Armani Liquid Summer, the Maestro Liquid Summer. Dude, this was hard to find. Like, I bought this years ago. It was years ago. And I went to open it and use it one day, and it smelled like paint thinner. It's disgusting. So, had to get rid of that, which was very sad for me because I was not nearly done. So, I went to purchase some more, and I couldn't find it. Like, it was a good month before I could find it. I think they were out of stock for a while, but now it appears to be back. And it comes in this dropper, which is, so we're gonna do that. And usually I would take a really small maybe concealer brush and do some stripes around and then blend it out, but I want something a little bit softer of an application today, so I'm gonna dip my sponge in. Well, if I ever wanted a way to start to use up this product a bit more, using a sponge is where it's at because that's soaked up a lot. Now, what we're gonna do is a little bit highlight. So I'm gonna go in with the Marc Jacobs Do You Drops, and this, or Dew Drops, this is in the shade Fantasy. Now, because we like the glow, I put it all the way on my cheeks. I don't know who I think I am with this glowy forehead, but I just can't help myself. I know I said minimal powder, and I did, and I meant it. But I also picked up the Translucent Loose Setting Powder Glow from Mercier. Now, I have the other one. Where is it? This one. This is medium deep, but this is a little deep for me right now, to be honest. Like, this would be good kind of like as a glowy bronzer topper situation, but I really wanted to try the glow or the translucent to see, could I get away with that? And turns out the answer, I believe, is yes. So really, I just take my brush and I just like smush it so far down in there. So I'm starting applying it in places where I don't mind glowing to see what it does. I was intending on using the Nars liquid blush and tour it, but you know, I don't really want to live that life where I put liquid blush over that powder I just used, so you know what, it's fine. We are instead going to use the Becca mineral blush and Songbird. We'll use that guy instead. I'm gonna just use the same brush. Okay, so let's spray a little bit of Fix Plus. Or a lot of bit of Fix Plus. Right now, so into sheer coverage, sheer to medium coverage foundation, super glowy, super sheer lip products. It's just where I am in life. And so to that end, I have been loving the YSL Liquid Color Balm. Oh, so good. And I love YSL Orange Lippies. This one feels so good and it's so simple. It's not a ton of color, it's just a little bit. I think it looks super fresh. So that's where we are. So I'm gonna put on some mascara, and for mascara today, we are using, ooh, I missed some Fix Plus. I haven't used it in so long. So for mascara, we're going to use the Nars Climax mascara. I do really like this one. I've just been having trouble with it transferring. And not just this one. I also really like the Mercier Big from Lancome. I have a little sample of that one. I really like that. I don't think it's the mascara per se. I think it's like the emolliency, if that's a word. A level of emollience. The emollient. I'm gonna stop saying that word. Okay, y'all, so this is the final look. It's super glowy, it's super dewy. I am digging it. Now, I will say, I think I need to like exfoliate a little bit. Up close, actually it looks pretty good, except for just in this area right here where I have a better texture. So I just think I need to exfoliate a little bit. But other than that, I really like it. Which, you know, that's not surprising. This is a amped up version of how I've been wearing my makeup lately. Just super glowy and dewy, as I've mentioned about 300 times. But also I added a little blush and try some different techniques with just kind of building a little more glow, because I just want to be so glowy, like so glowy. So I knew I would pretty much enjoy it, because it's just an amped up version of what I've been doing when I do actually put on makeup, which is super infrequently, which is why I wanted to put all of the makeup on my face today. So thank you for sitting with me. Thank you for the continued support and all the well wishes and blessings. I know a lot of you have reached out, and I haven't responded in the comments just because it was just a lot going on. But know that this is the me to you saying thank you. I appreciate all the blessings and support. Things are looking good for 2019. We are on our way. And you know, I'm just excited for the new year and to be healthy and to be done with surgery. We finally got there. Although my surgeon would like to go back one more time, because me and him have a special bond right now, but that's another story for another day. Either way, I'm super happy. I'm feeling good, as evidenced by I'm finally on camera. So thank you guys so much. If you have not subscribed yet, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit that button. That will be super awesome. You might as well join the family, because, you know, as we've seen, I upload few and far between. So you should be notified when that happens by A, subscribing, B, hitting that bell so you can turn on your notifications and know when I finally put up a video. Yay! So again, I love you guys so much. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!